What's up? We are live. Today we are going to be introducing the hardcore method. Now, if you are watching this, I am assuming that you're a busy individual. You've got a lot on your plate. You got a family to take care of. You work long hours, and it almost feels impossible to find that time for yourself to implement healthy habits. Now, maybe you've tried, a bunch of different training splits and diets in the past, and maybe you lost some weight from that. Maybe you packed on some muscle, but then long term it all gained back and you lost yourself again. Now, it's not because you're lazy, man. It's just because you're doing something that you can't stick to. It's just something that you couldn't actually keep up with long term, right? So that's exactly why I built the hardcore method. It's all surrounding sustainability. So I'm going to show you how to create a sustainable plan that works with your life. It lets you live the way that you want, and it gets you in the best shape of your life. And it's not going to ever bring you back to the old person that you used to be. It's not ever going to allow you to start over again. This is for longevity so that you could do it for the rest of your life. So with all that said, let's jump into it. All right, let's jump into the hardcore method. Now, if you don't know what hardcore fitness is, I have built a community of amazing individuals who are chasing one goal, and that's to become the best version of themselves, both mentally and physically, and have something that's sustainable they can do for the rest of their lives. Now, they want to do this for the rest of their lives because I always like to say this, there is no generational wealth without any generational health. Now let's jump into my transformation right here. Now Jack right here has tried every single training split, every single diet in the books, and he lost the weight that he wanted to, he got into shape, but then ended up not being able to stick to it. So I've been through it too, all right? So I knew that there was something out there that I could do in order to actually have something catered to my body, my goals, and my lifestyle. And I found exactly that by using my past experiences and building exactly what my body needed. And now I'm able to look like this while also being able to have fun with my family, friends, and my girlfriend as well, right? So I have my six pack, I have my guns, everything that I want, right? And I'm going to introduce you guys to how to do this as well. Now, how to get shredded the hardcore way. Now, the hardcore method is the exact blueprint to the body, mindset, and the lifestyle that you've always wanted. It all starts with mastering an unbreakable mindset while crafting a dignified, high-performing physique to match. Inside, you'll learn the same strategic systems that transformed my life and helped dozens of men achieve lasting success without ever having to sacrifice their time, energy, or freedom. And I wanted to mention this. It's not just about getting into shape. It's about finally building the body you've always wanted and never losing it again. And that's the most important part. I want you to be able to do this for the rest of your life. And if you're a busy guy who's tried every diet, every calorie app, every gym split out there and still can't stay consistent, I want you to pay close attention because the truth is getting into shape shouldn't feel like a second job and you don't need to track a single calorie to get the results. Now, the first thing that I want to jump into is all the lives transformed using the hardcore method. So starting off with Josh. Now, I know Josh personally. He was the beginning of it all. He was the reason I was able to actually be able to coach people because I was like, all right, if I could get him into shape, then the hardcore method can be born. Now, Josh was working 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single day, and he just wanted something that he could do for the rest of his life, and we did exactly that. We implemented a system into his lifestyle, a schedule into his lifestyle, a routine that he could follow that wasn't going to stress him out or overload him with work. So what he was able to do in a year was exactly this. Next is Ryan's transformation. Now, Ryan's transformation is unreal because this was done in 3 months. Now, Ryan, he works 13-hour days. He works overtime on the weekends. He has 3 kids. He also has a wife. So he has a whole entire family to take care of, and he's just extremely busy. Now, what we did, again, was implement something that will fit his whole entire routine. He doesn't spend more than 45 minutes in the gym. He only has a garage to work out in with a bench and dumbbells, and he was still able to lose all this fat and pack on muscle. Now, he went from 185 pounds to 165 pounds in 3 months. And as you can tell, he has a ton of muscle and you can see his abs. He has a little bit of loose skin, but that just takes some time to go away. But he is absolutely shredded now. Now, moving on to Wilson's transformation, he was able to drop 35 pounds in 2 months. And again, Wilson is another guy that works a ton. He works a 9-to-5 job, has to show up every single day. He's busy, and he just wanted something that he could do that was going to fit his schedule, and we did exactly that. Again, he doesn't spend more than 45 minutes in the gym. He was an individual that has tried multiple different diets and training splits in the past, but he needed something that was actually going to be catered to his body, his goals, and that's exactly why he was able to drop 35 pounds in 2 months. Moving on to Jack. Jack was a guy that just wanted to see his abs for the first time again. And that's exactly what we did. He's a guy that works 9 to 5 jobs. He works in sales. And in 2 months, he was able to see his abs and he looks great. You could see the packed on muscle in his chest and he's never felt better. Next is Aaron. Now, Aaron's transformation was in a month and a half. Now, this is just unreal because as you can tell, he has packed on muscle on his chest. He can see his abs. He has been an individual who has never seen his abs before. He has told me that personally. He obviously got a tan here too, but you could see in his waistline, you could see his ab right there. You could see his chest is being defined. And in the past, he just kind of looked like a doughboy, and that's exactly what he didn't want. He wanted to upgrade his lifestyle. Now, guess how old Aaron is? He is 44 years old, and he is the prime example of someone who puts in the extra work. At first, he hated to run, and now the guy is running like 15 miles a day just because he has fun with it. And since he is running so much, we actually adjust exactly his training split, his diet, just so that he can also pack on muscle while also being able to run these extended times. I'm super proud of Aaron. Again, he's 44 years old. He went from around 182 pounds to 168 pounds, and he looks absolutely phenomenal. Really proud of Aaron right here. Now, moving on to Jake. Jake's transformation is pretty unreal as well. He did this in 2.5 months. As you can tell, his chest is completely tightened up. You can see his abs and his face is much leaner. He went from 220 pounds to 204 pounds. And this was in 2.5 months. And as you can tell, he lost all that excess fat. His chest is not sagging anymore. And he packed on a ton of muscle. Now, Jake has 4 kids and a wife. He has a whole family to take care of as well. He's an electrician, so he's always on call, and he's a very busy individual, and he's the perfect example of following something to the T and having something sustainable. He actually told me the other day that he loves his lunch and that it's something he could eat every single day for the rest of his life. And that's exactly why he was able to make this transformation. Now, moving on to Zach. Zach is 19 years old. He's a little bit younger, but he came to me on the skinnier side and wanted to pack on muscle. In 2 months, he was able to put on 10 pounds of muscle. He's a guy that's in college, and he was also working a job, so he wanted something that was really going to fit his schedule. So he did exactly that, and this was the transformation that he made. As you could tell, his shoulders are big, his arms got bigger, his chest grew, his back grew, and he has that V taper that he wanted. Now, moving on to Kyle. Kyle is 48 years old, and he was able to go from 212 pounds to 190 pounds at 48 years old while having 3 kids, a wife, and also working a job as an electrician. Now, what we did, again, was give him something sustainable that he could do for the rest of his life, and he was able to do exactly that. His program has expired, but he's crushing it every single day. I still text him, and he's loving exactly where he's at. Moving on to Esteban right here. Esteban also started at 212 pounds. He's 193 pounds now. He works in sales. He's down in Argentina now, so that's pretty cool, but he's originally from Atlanta. As you could tell, he was a little fluffy in this picture. He was losing himself. He's tried dieting and different training splits in the past, but again, he just wanted something to take his physique to the next level, and as of right now, he's doing exactly that. He's packed on a ton of muscle in his traps. He's gotten leaner. You could see his abs starting to poke, and you could see his chest. He did this transformation in 3 months, and he looks unreal. Very happy for the guy. But again, a busy individual who just wanted something that was going to be perfect for his type of lifestyle, especially living in South America. Now, moving on to Brandon right here. Brandon is 28 years old. He was able to make this transformation in 6 months. He came to me skinny fat, and as you could tell, he transformed. You could see the shoulders that blew up. You could see his chest that blew up. You could see how his abs are starting to pop now. He got a lot leaner, and he looks unreal. Very happy with Brandon's transformation. This is Ryan up here. Ryan's back is unreal. You could see his love handles were hanging out. He had no back definition. Now you can literally see every single muscle in his back, and he has like no love handles anymore. And it's just a matter of time before it's genuinely this skinny, and he looks unreal. He already does, but I can't wait to see his progress in the next 6 months and stuff like that. He's going to look unbelievable because he's the type of guy to always put in the work. He's also the motivator of hardcore fitness. He will always get on your ass about exactly, hey, you're slacking, get up, get ready, go to the gym. Let's get it, guys, right? And that's what the community is all about. Now let's move into some of these guys' testimonials. Now I'm not going to play all the videos because they're pretty long, but if you guys want to check out all the testimonials, I'll link them down below and you can check them all out. But let's play a couple of them so you guys can kind of get an idea of how these guys feel. Let's start off with Jake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Jake. I'm 35 from Wisconsin. I'm an electrician and a dad of 4. I've been doing fitness for the last 22 years. You know, my weight would go up, my weight would go down. I got down, but I lost the composition. I lost my muscle mass. What Jack did with me was he was able to give me a roadmap from point A to point B and say, this is what it's going to look like. Having that has been crucial. For the last 6 months, I've been in the gym 5-6 days a week and nothing changed. With Jack for the last 2.5 months, it feels like everything's changed. You know, I've been able to lose almost 20 pounds, which feels like just pure fat. Been able to keep my composition up. Honestly, told Jack today that I could eat these lunches, eat these meals pretty much the rest of my life. I don't get sick of them. Jack was able to give me a good meal plan, a good workout plan, and communication's been on point. You text the guy and he's on it. He is asking questions and keeping you accountable. He's personal. He's able to give you that one-on-one coaching you need. You know, you can still live your life. You can still go out, enjoy time with your friends, enjoy time with your family. This is catered to you being able to live your life in a fit way. I just have great respect for Jack. I appreciate him. Appreciate that all he's done for me in the last 2.5 months. It's hard, but it's worth it.
That's my guy, Jake. All right, let's do Ryan's. And then if you guys want to watch any of the other ones, again, they're going to be linked below.
Good morning, guys. This is Ryan. Just wanted to speak a little bit about hardcore fitness and everything it's done for me in the past 4 months. I'm probably as lean and as much packed on muscle that I've had in my entire life. I'm 38 years old. I got 3 kids. I work full-time. Jack has really helped me succeed in that. I can't be more thankful and grateful to him and really changing my mindset and how I look at things. It's just a complete 360, guys. I was about almost 200 pounds, 190 pounds. I'm down to like 165 now, packed on muscle. My kids see what I'm doing. They're following. I love it, you know. The fittest I've ever been. I don't ever want to have a shirt on, guys. The community that we have inside hardcore fitness is undeniable. Everybody supporting each other, everybody going after their goals, and I appreciate Jack so much. Cool ass dude. He locks in, literally, and makes everybody else lock in. You want to get fit, you want to get healthy, you want your family to follow in your footsteps. As a father, you got to get your mind right, your body right, and everybody around you will follow. Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
I mean, they said it perfectly, right? If you are able to put in the work to get to where you want to be, you're going to get there. I'll give you exactly what you need, but you got to be the person to do it. So now it's time for you to make the same transformation as well. So now we're going to dive into why this actually works, okay? So first of all, I've tried everything, you name it. I've tried everything. High carb, low carb, intermediate fasting, keto, 6 meals a day, 2 workouts a day. I've run every single split that you can imagine as well. Push-pull legs, full body, athletic training, you name it again. And sure, some of it worked for a while, but nothing ever felt sustainable. So either I was burned out, starving, losing muscle, or just mentally drained, trying to juggle life, work, and training. So every plan I followed required me to sacrifice too much just to see results. Or the second I stopped, all the progress would just kind of slip away, right? So that's when I realized it's not just about what works, it's about what works long-term without consuming your entire life. That's how the hardcore method was born. So I built a system out of necessity to finally get into shape, stay in shape, and still live a life of freedom, energy, and control. This method removes guesswork, mental stress, and extreme restrictions. You're not tracking macros, logging calories, or living in the gym. You're following a done-for-you structure that adapts to your real life and still gets you real results, all right? So the first thing I want to dive into is who this is actually for. Now, this is for people who feel stuck without a clear game plan. Right now, you're piecing together workouts and diets from the internet, hoping that something sticks. You want clear, direct guidance from someone who has already done it so that you can stop guessing. This is for people who are sick of spinning your wheels. You've been trying to get in shape for years, starting, stopping, and seeing little to no change. You're done wasting time and ready for visible results that last. This is for fathers who want unshakable confidence as a man and a dad. You're tired of hiding behind those loose shirts or avoiding the mirror. You want to set an example for your kids so they can be proud of the strong, capable, and confident man they look up to. This is for people who are coachable and ready to lead by example. You're willing to listen, apply, and stay consistent because you know your kids are watching and they'll learn habits from you. And that's very important because that's exactly what my father instilled into me. And that's something you should instill into your children as well because, again, there's no generational wealth without any generational health. Next, this is for people who struggle to balance fitness with work and family. You want to get into shape, but between the job, the commute, and being present for your kids, it feels impossible to find the time and energy. You need a plan that actually fits your life. Next, this is for people who need relentless accountability. You've tried to do it on your own between work and family life, but the truth is you keep falling off. You need someone in your corner who will not let you make excuses no matter how long your day was. All right, if this sounds like you, let's jump into the first part of this method. Now, before we get into anything, I wanted to mention that my father instilled everything into me. He made me realize that what seems impossible is possible. He made me realize that my mindset is not limited to certain things in life. It's unlimited and I can do anything, right? And that's exactly what I believe for you as well. Anybody can do anything. You just have to adopt the unlimited mindset. So before we touch a single weight, before we track a single meal, the first transformation happens in your mind. Right now, most guys are operating from a limited mindset. You tell yourself, I don't have the time. I've always struggled with weight. I just need more motivation. And maybe when work slows down, this will all keep you stuck. That's why the first step of the hardcore method is instilling an unlimited mindset. And we do that through the brotherhood and high level community inside hardcore fitness. And this is just an example of what they kind of look like. You can join whenever you want. They're completely optional, but everybody decides to join because they're awesome. You get to put a name on the face, and I love every single one of these guys. I'll show you a little example of exactly what we talk about.
I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face around you ever in real life.
Hey, this is bro talk, right? We're on bro talk, right?
I'm balling deep daily with my wife, but now I'm balling deep.
There you go.
I wouldn't.
So you can see Kyle saying this is bro talk. So as you can see, we created a brotherhood right here. It's unbelievable, the community we have. And this is what pushes you to your goals. Because when you see someone in a similar situation as you, chasing their goals, having that dream physique that they always wanted, it motivates you to push even harder as well. So here's how it actually works. You're surrounded by men just like you. Some are older, some are younger, some with kids, some working 60+ hour weeks, but all of them are getting insane results because they've locked in their mindset. When you see that happening daily, it removes all the excuses that you have in your life because now you can't say it's not possible. You're seeing it happen in real time. But it's not about seeing, it's about being pushed every single day. Inside the brotherhood, the communication is nonstop. There's encouragement, accountability, fire, and momentum. And if you have those things in your life, there's nothing stopping you from becoming who you want to be. So you don't just join a program, you join a standard, and that standard becomes the new version of you. This is about creating a whole new reality for yourself that you didn't even think was possible because you don't even realize getting into shape is awesome. You get a cool physique, but what it does to you mentally is everything. And a lot of you forgot what it feels like mentally to be in shape. And that's something we want to instill into you again so that you can instill this into your kids, the people around you, and everything like that. Now let's jump into why you're actually failing. The first things first, you don't need a meal plan. You need a nutritional system you can actually stick to. So most guys don't struggle with what to eat. They struggle with how to stay consistent with it. That's why meal plans do not work. They don't solve the real problem. They just give you a temporary fix that breaks the second life gets chaotic. What you need is a system that removes any type of decision fatigue, builds awareness without obsession, fits your lifestyle but still drives results, and our members aren't constantly thinking about food or anything like that. They're following a framework that becomes automatic, and that's why they're able to stay lean without rebounding, without ever having to fall victim to the person they used to be, without ever having to crash out or crave these sweets that they always wanted, right? This is something to create a balance that you can get into shape and keep it. Next, why you are failing. You do not need 6 days in the gym. You need training that is efficient and purpose driven. You need to train smarter, not harder. You're not trying to become a bodybuilder. You want to be strong, athletic, mobile, and confident without sacrificing your life, your time, or any type of energy because most plans are just recycled splits without any type of strategy. So what you actually need is a training system that progresses over time. Something that works even if you're short on time or traveling. A plan that just doesn't make you look better but feel better. You don't need to train more. You need to train smarter, like I said. Next, the third reason as to why you're failing, accountability. Now, accountability is everything and is the number one thing when it comes to the hardcore method and hardcore fitness as a whole. The reason most guys fall off isn't because their plan didn't work. It's because no one made sure that they stuck to it. Maybe you've experienced it. A coach hands you a plan, wishes you luck, and that's the last time you hear from them. Most times, people will just get thrown that and be like, okay, I'm going to do this for a week, and then they just fall off and then become who they used to be again. That's exactly what we don't want. Now, again, no check-ins, no push, no one to call you out when you start slipping. Without accountability, even the best plans become useless. That's why inside the hardcore method, excuses do not exist. There's accountability every day, uploading your breakfast, lunch, dinner, cardio photos, gym photos, everything, every week until it becomes who you are. Because when someone refuses to let you fall back into the old habits, that's when results finally stick. Now, moving into the actual 5 fundamentals to a shredded physique and a winning mindset. First of all, mindset mastery. You guys already know I'm all about mindset because if we could switch up here, then everything in our life can change. That unlimited mindset, believing that you can do all things. Next, get rid of your limited mindset that's been holding you back your whole entire life. Adapt a mindset that allows you to succeed in any aspect of life. Build the foundation you need to get started on your fitness journey. This isn't something you accomplish overnight. We prep you to get ready to face the hardest challenge of your life. To achieve this, you need to rewire your mind, implement good habits, and be self-aware. You'll learn how to visualize your goals and turn them into a reality. You will learn how to be self-aware and cut vices out of your life. You will learn how to meditate and think clearly. And I will teach you the habits I use to break past my insecurities, limiting beliefs, and mindset barriers. Next, the optimal workout plan. The perfect workout plan, all right? We'll provide you the ideal workout plan tailored to your schedule, ensuring both time efficiency and maximum effectiveness in the gym. Next, enjoying the actual process, all right? This isn't going to be something that you don't enjoy. It's not going to be something that you dread to do. It's going to be something that is time efficient and something that you want to return to every single day because you feel great about it. We'll provide you with a workout plan designed to leave you feeling energized and accomplished after each session. Walking out of the gym with a pump that boosts your confidence to new heights. Customized diet, all right? So everything is adaptive. Again, we have adaptive meal plans. You need a personalized meal plan tailored specifically to your body and your goals. What works for one person may not yield the same results for you, which is why we provide you with a clear and customized diet plan to follow without ever having to track a single macro. Next, enjoying your favorite foods. You do not have to completely give up your favorite foods. I'll tell you that right now. I still have my favorite foods. While moderation is key, there is always a way to enjoy things like burgers and fries while still making progress toward your weight loss goals. You might think, no, this is impossible, but it is. And this is what allows you to have sustainability in both your training and meal plans, and also have sustainability when it comes to becoming the version of yourself you want with a winning mindset and a winning physique. Next, relentless accountability. Again, the number one thing. Now, I have a screenshot here, and we're going to read this together because this is exactly what's inside Hardcore Fitness and how we talk to each other every single day. Again, you're in communication, seeing people talk about motivation every day, talking about holding you accountable, talking about getting to your goals, right? So Ryan right here says, you know, it's crazy. I watched a video about how they were interviewing like child kidnappers or some shit like that. And the number one thing that they look at is the father. If the father is a threat, they won't even consider fucking with you or your children. I will be that father. I will protect my family. I will serve my family. That's why I'm here on this earth. It's not about me. It's about my kids and it's about my future. Stay blessed, my hardcore family. And that's the brotherhood that we created. He's saying, do not become the father that looks weak, that cannot protect his family. That's not what we want. Next. If you're not seeing the progress in your life, it's because you do not have accountability. When I tried to do everything alone, it's overwhelming. I felt isolated. That's when it's easiest to fall off. There's only one real solution to this. You need people in your corner who are chasing the same goal as you. All of these guys that are texting in here, that we communicate with every Sunday in our group calls, are chasing the same goal as you, and that's to become the best version of themselves mentally and physically. And again, it's going to be friends who won't let you skip because you don't feel like it. I want you to think about it like this. The fastest way to hit your goal is to tell 100 people you are going to do it. If you fail, you'll have to own it. If you succeed, they will celebrate you. But the right group won't laugh. If you stumble, they'll push you back on track. That's exactly what makes the difference. And when I first started my fitness journey, when I started trying to get into shape, I didn't have this when I was building my physique, right? So if I had people checking in on me, making sure I was on point with my workouts, nutrition, cardio, and habits, I would have hit my goals even faster and crushed the insecurities that held me back. We are not stalling progress. The longer you wait, the more progress you are just killing, right? And that was something that's funny because Aaron up there, he was like, hey, can we just get started in a month? And then if he would have started in a month, have you seen his transformation in a month? He's just stalling out on progress you could have made in that amount of time, right? So do not be the type of person to ever wait. So that's what this is. It's not just an online program you download and forget about. It is a brotherhood, a group that refuses to let you quit, and a standard we all hold to each other to help you become the man you're supposed to be. Now, next, there is premium access to me. So you have direct access. By joining Hardcore Fitness, you gain direct access to my knowledge. You can ask me any questions at any time, request more informative content, and more. You could drop me phone calls. People call me and I answer and I talk to you guys. And if you text me, I try to respond within 5 minutes unless I'm sleeping or making a video like this, right? So I'm always on my phone. I want to make sure that you get to your goals. So that requires me always texting you back as fast as possible. And next, there's enhanced support. Enjoy personalized support and mentorship from myself. I make sure you receive guidance and motivation you need to achieve your goals. So if I have a sense or a spidey feeling that you are not on track today, I will give you a phone call and be like, hey man, let's get on top of this because you really need to. And I make you remember that version of yourself that you're trying to be and make sure that you get the job done that you need to get done. Now, moving into next steps. If you guys want to join a community like Hardcore Fitness, where you are joining a brotherhood who are chasing to become the best version of themselves, both mentally and physically, get that ripped physique again and have it for the rest of your life, then book in a call with me and the link will be in the description below. And I look forward to talking to you guys. Let's kill it. Become the version of yourself that you want to be. I'm super excited. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.